Hello students, today we are going to study about price elasticity of demand. Let's recap the law of demand. According to law of demand, as price of a commodity increases, its quantity demanded decreases and vice versa, keeping other factors constant. But the question that arises here is by how much? This question is not addressed by law of demand as it only tells the direction of change and does not tell anything about magnitude of change in quantity demanded due to change in price of a commodity. It's the price elasticity of demand that tells us change in quantity demanded due to change in price of a commodity. Let's take an example to understand it better. If prices of medicine, luxury bags, and milk will increase, then do you think that quantity demanded of all these three items will decrease by the same percentage? No. Change in price is going to have maximum effect on change in quantity demanded of luxury bags, and it will have minimum effect on medicines as they are very necessary and their purchase cannot be postponed. Whereas in the case of milk also, any change in price is going to have an effect, but it will not be very high. Thus, effect of change in price on different commodities is different depending upon the elasticity of that item. Price elasticity of demand basically measures the degree of responsiveness of change in quantity demanded due to change in price of a commodity. If percentage change in quantity demanded due to change in price is more than percentage change in price, then we say that good has an elastic demand. Whereas if percentage change in quantity demanded is less than percentage change in price, then we say that good has an inelastic demand. For example, if price of cola will increase, then obviously this increase in price is going to have a high effect on the quantity demanded as it is not a necessary item and has many substitutes. Thus we can expect cola to have high elastic demand. Whereas if prices of milk will increase, it's not going to have a very high effect on the quantity demanded as it is necessary. Thus, we can assume that milk has an inelastic demand. Thus, elasticity of demand is different for different goods. Now, what are the factors that affect the elasticity of demand? Firstly, nature of good. Luxury goods have elastic demand, whereas necessities have inelastic demand, as purchase of luxury is something which is not very necessary and can be postponed, whereas it is not with the case of necessities. More the number of uses, more will be the elasticity of demand. For example, lemon can be used for making lemon juice, lemon scrub, and lemon ice cream. But if its price will increase, its use will be restricted only to essential purpose, and thus there will be a change in the quantity demanded. Number of substitutes. More the substitutes, more will be the elasticity as more is the choice before the consumer to shift to the other available options. Habitual items. Habitual items have an inelastic demand because any change in price is not going to have a considerable change in the quantity demanded as a person is habitual to them. Share in total expenditure. For a good like a matchbox, which has a very small share in the total expenditure, any change in price is going to have a very small effect on the quantity demanded. But a good like car, which has a high share in the total expenditure, any change in price is going to have a considerable effect on the change in quantity demanded. Thus, goods will small share in the total expenditure have inelastic demand, whereas goods with high share in the total expenditure have elastic demand. Elasticity of demand is high for poor people, whereas it is low for high income group because any change in the price level is going to have a considerable effect on quantity demanded by the low income group. Now, What is the formula for calculating the price elasticity of demand? It's percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in price. For example, if prices of a bread loaf increases by 17% and quantity demanded falls by 5%, then price elasticity is measured as 5% upon 17%. We can see that percentage change in quantity demanded is less than percentage change in price in this case, and thus we can say that the good has an inelastic demand. Let's take another example to make the concept more clear. In this example, price of good increases by 10%. Now, elasticity here is shown by the radius of the circles which are depicting the elasticity. Let's take the innermost circle. When price increases by 10% and quantity demanded decreases only by 5%, then price elasticity is less than 1, and thus good is inelastic. Now look at the next circle. If prices increase by 10% and quantity demanded decreases by 10%, then percentage change in price is same as percentage change in quantity demanded, and thus the value of elasticity will be 1, or we can say unitary elastic. Look at the outermost circle now. If price increases by 10% and as a result quantity demanded decreases by 15%, which is more than increase in the price level, then value of elasticity will be more than 1 and the good will have elastic demand. Thus, according to the formula, if percentage change in price is more than percentage change in quantity demanded, then the good is inelastic, whereas if percentage change in price is less than percentage change in quantity demanded, then the good has elastic demand. Recapitulating it once again, if there is no change in quantity demanded due to change in price, then we say that the good is perfectly inelastic. For examples, medicine. If percentage change in quantity demanded is less than percentage change in price, then the value of elasticity will be less than 1 and the good will be inelastic. For example, necessities of life like textbooks, etc. When percentage change in demand is same as percentage change in price, then the good is unitary elastic and the value is 1. Whereas if percentage change in quantity demanded is more than percentage change in price, then the value of elasticity will be more than 1 and the good will have elastic demand. For example, luxuries. Last, if there is an infinite change in demand without any change in price, then the value of elasticity will be infinity. It is very difficult to have actual examples of elasticity infinity, but we can very easily find examples of good which have high and low elasticity of demand in real life. That's it for the chapter. Thank you and have a good day.